everybody, and welcome to Wine Library TV. I am your host, Gary Vaynerchuk, and this is Wine Library TV. So it's Laid Back Friday, which I enjoy quite a bit because the couch is cozy, and it's been a great week of Wine Library TV. Got a lot of emails, a lot of personal emails this week with the NPR thing and a lot of the blog play we're getting out there, and it's just amazing to watch this whole thing grow, and all I can say is thank you from the bottom of my heart. It's just been a huge, humbling experience and a lot of fun. And you know what, folks? I think we may change the wine world after all. I've been telling you. It's because of you. So, Friday, one wine, some questions, and a couple of announcements. Let's go right into the fun little part of my show. Thank you for all you people who want to keep your end of the bargain. You know, you get free stuff and you get an end of the bargain because we all know nothing is for free, right? So, for all the people that sent in pictures with their wristband, I should probably have it on, that would have been smart. Here's your little montage. Thanks so much for that. Mott, good job putting that together. Now, you still have a chance. You can still not be a jerk and can come through. So send in your pictures with your wristbands, because I know a lot of you have them, and I just ordered a whole bunch more. So we're going to give them out again for all you new Vaniacs that missed out on it. So, what we've got today, let's show you what the wine is, and then I'll tell you a little bit why the computer's here, and a lot of cool stuff going on. What we have here is the Domaine Pinson 2005 Chablis Premier Cru Montmam, which is a $30 US wine and 90 to 92 points from Allen Meadows. This is a tremendous producer of Chablis Pinson. I'm a huge fan, and more importantly, it's a 2005 white Burgundy, and we talk a whole lot about the 05 white Burgundies, about the 05 2005 Bordeauxs, and we have not talked a whole lot, just a little bit, of the 05 Burgundy vintage, and the 05 Burgundy vintage is extraordinary. Now, I have lots of concerns with 2005 reds because they are so obnoxiously expensive. The reason I'm not as excited about them is because with Bordeaux, I still see the value in a lot of wines. With the Burgundies, it's a far more challenging vintage to find the gems, and so many wines have gone to that $100 plateau and higher. It's quite scary. I mean, really it is. But the wines are excellent. From the wines I've tasted, I don't believe, though, that there's enough of a separation from 2005 Burgundies as some of the other past vintages that have been spectacular, whereas with 05 Bordeaux, I really felt it. So that's also another concern. But most of all, the price increases have been just, jaw-dropping. However, on the white Burgundy side, they've been far lower in their increases, much more conservative, and the wines are incredible. And we are now approaching the summer season, and they're hitting the shore. So it's a very exciting time to be into the 2005 white Burgundies, Chardonnay-based wines that really bring the thunder, show true terroir, don't get a little over oak. No oak monster coming down your throat and trying to rip out your tongue. No, this is a little bit more polished terroir aspects, and I'm really excited about tasting this wine because I've not had this. I haven't had a lot of bottled 2005 Burgundies, finished bottled yet, so this should be a lot of fun. And again, Chablis, such a bad rap in the US because we put them in the jugs and we slapped Carlo Rossi's face on it and we gave it away for 6 bones, and everybody just thinks it's cheap swill, which is great for all us wine drinkers because Chablis is an absolute steal in the US market today. And again, 30 bones for a nice bottle of white wine. We'll get to this in a second. Gonna let it sit a little bit more. It smells real good though. San Francisco people. I got an email from the organizers. As we know, late this month, I'm going to San Fran to do the San Francisco party like we did in Chicago. Huge shout out to the Chicago crew. We had a great time there. San Fran is going to blow it up, I'm positive. However, they've told me a lot of people haven't paid. So please, if you haven't, hook up with the guys. I think there's links in the forum. You know what? Throw a link up here to the original. Figure it out. You'll figure it out which is the right post. Anyway, please hook that up because those guys are sweating it out. And, of course, I will pony up. But, for all of you if you want. But I prefer not to. You should do the right thing. But so, anyway, also, quick little tidbit about San Francisco. I'm going there Wednesday to take care of this little shoot that I've got. But I'm actually going to be flying in. I'm leaving here at 8:30 in the morning, and I'm taking the red eye back. I'm not staying anywhere, but I believe my entire evening will be open. So if anybody wants to get together in San Fran this upcoming Wednesday and taste a little wine, zap me an email. We'll try to put something together, a little tasting bar or something like that. Could be a lot of fun. Mott's already worried. He wants to send the bodyguards. He always thinks that's the right thing to do. Let's get into a question before we taste the wine and then make another huge announcement. So, Friday is a question day. We're going to kind of change it up soon. I'll get to that in a second. But Mike B starts us off today. Mikey B, excuse me. Come on. Who's got a great everyday drinking wine? I'm talking under $10 and still rocks. I loved one that Wine Library used to carry called Ercabio Roble. I think it was $5.99, but it's serious good stuff. Now they don't carry it anymore. What can a poor guy drink? Poor guy Mikey B, I've got something for you. It's called Castano Montestrel. It's $5.50. It's a steal. Seek it out. Mont, throw a link up here because they're not going to find it. It's $5.50. There's bottled water that's that much now. It's a steal. Seek it out. Another Spanish wine. They're killing it. I don't know what they're paying labor out in that country, but I don't know how they're delivering it with the euro and deliver. I mean, it's nuts. It's going to be crazy. Anyway, seek that wine out. It's killing. Mikey B, I know where you're coming from. So many people looking for value, and we're in a better place for value than ever before. CCH Town says, why don't you have Maynard James Keenan on the show as a guest? He's quite a character and dedicated wine fanatic with a lot of cash. Yes, the lead singer of Tool is definitely a big-time guy. He's reached out for me a lot. He wants to be on the show, but we've decided not to have too many guests for a little while. So, Maynard's really begging to be on the show. He really is, guys. He wants to be on. We just can't fit him in right now. Sorry, Maynard. I'll call you later. All right, let's get into this wine. This is a 2005 Pinson Chablis Montmont. It's a great, great color. Let's give it a whirl. They use that for boxing sometimes. Really nice lemon. Think of a lemon lime being squirted on your bluestone patio. That's what this wine smells like. It's got great citrus, but it's also got a really stony, flinty kind of action. Yeah, really nice on the nose. Very polished, bright fruit, a little pineapple, get a little hint of apricot, even some pear slices coming through. Very tropical in that manner, but again, overbearing by a little 7-Up or Sprite aspect. Lemon and lime also integrated very nicely with a little bluestone. Clean, crisp, to the point. Subtle hints of oak on the finish, which is quite nice. It's got tremendous grip and a lot of acidity. This is a wine that can last a long time. I would not be surprised if this white wine lasted over 10 to 15 years. I'm dead serious. It's got that kind of structure and that kind of acidity. And can you imagine what a classic white Burgundy from 2005 in 10 years is going to be worth or cost? And you think back and you pay this price, I think it's an absolute steal. It's got tremendous integration of flavor, great mid-palate, tremendous grip, and would go sensational with a lobster. And that's what all I'm thinking about is a lobster with butter, and I can't do that. The cholesterol thing, it's devastating. But this is an exceptional bottle of wine. I'm going to go 91 points. I think Meadows really nailed it. I like his range, 90 to 92. I'm going to go right down the middle, and I like this wine. It is extremely good. We'll keep sipping this as we answer questions. Andy, the rock and roll wine buyer from Whole Foods in Chi-Town asks, big shout out to Whole Foods for obviously hiring cool ass kids. That's an awesome title. What else is Wine Library TV world? Oh, excuse me. Sorry. Who else in the Wine Library TV world still has a little kid in them and likes mac and cheese with Cabernet Sauvignon? I know you're out there. Andy, great little throw out for mac and cheese because I've got a little combo. I haven't done the mac and cheese Cabernet, but this is great for people to explore. Obviously, I'm a fan of mac and cheese. I and Lizzie went to the mac and cheese place in New York City last summer. It was pretty fun. Couldn't finish it all, could we, bro? AJ's in the house. He's back from college. It's going to be an awesome summer. Anyway, I'm a huge, huge fan of white Portuguese wines. Vino Verde with mac and cheese. And there are some real Vino Verdes out there. I promise. And flip side, red wines from Douro. I don't know what it is about mac and cheese that gets me to go all Portuguese on myself, but I go completely Portuguese with the mac and cheese combo. You should seek that out and talk about going back to Mikey B. We're going to have to do Portugal next week, at least once. The Portuguese red wines that are hitting the market under $10 are scary. I mean, like, scary. Scary good. And for a mac and cheese and a good bottle of wine for 7 bones, you're talking about an entire dinner for $8.13. It's a steal in America. It's a steal. Definitely the way to go. Yes, I'm out there. Anybody else who's a big mac and cheese guy, throw a comment in today. Smith MBA says, what happens at Wine Library if Gary pans a wine? If Gary pans a wine, I assume sales of that wine tank. Is there just an excess inventory that Wine Library is stuck with? Does the price get discounted for people who want to make up their own mind? Do producers threaten to dump manure in the parking lot? Do other retailers go berserk? Just curious on the mechanics of business standpoint. Smith MBA. When I pan a wine, volcanoes erupt, avalanches form, many, many wild things happen. However, from a business standpoint, here's what happens at Wine Library. Our sales dip, but nothing crazy. As a matter of fact, many, many people, I would say 96% of the people that shop at Wine Library or on WineLibrary.com don't even watch Wine Library TV. I'm really not that popular as much as you guys think. Not only that, the staff does get a little weary, but they like to challenge me. They like to punk me in my chest. A little jab. You know what I mean? You know, the whole, like, the man. We're going to show the man. He's wrong. This wine's rocking. So that also happens. But talking about the manure dumping, where I feel it the most is definitely from the winery and supplier side. Dumping manure would be fine compared to some of the things they're trying to pull off. They're just not happy about it. I can't blame them. You know, good-looking kids saying your wine sucks. It's tough. Suck it up and make a better wine next time, right? It's cool. Joe asks, why no hype for 2005 Burgundy? Gary, you are all over 2005 Bordeaux, but 2005 is supposed to be equally great for Burgundy. Should we be buying Burgundy futures? Who should we buy? Did you taste 05 Burgundy? Give us the lowdown. Who's not talking about 05 Burgundy? I talked about 05 Burgundy just like a few seconds ago. 05 Burgundy scares me a little bit. I don't believe the prices are going to jump the way I thought 2005 Bordeaux futures have jumped. And if you saw Robert Parker's Wine Advocate that came out just yesterday or the day before, he talked about prices already being up 50 to 100% upon release. We just went through a huge wave. We've just sold out of like 20 to 30 different 2005 Bordeaux's because of the new issue. And you know what's funny? We're rebuying them and the prices are going to be up 40, 50, 70, 80%. With 05 Burgundy, I fear that a little less. I think the wines will be available. Now on the tippy top side, no. However, those wines are starting out at 200-300 bones a bottle. So, you know, I think the wines are going to be extraordinary. I love the 05 whites, and I think they're a huge buy for anybody who likes white wine in a serious way. 05 white Burgundies, just forget about California. Forget about Loire, Australia, everybody. Just focus on that for a little while. There's some great buys, even at the low-end Macon level. The reds, I think, are tricky, but they are spectacular, no doubt. Let me ask you a question of the day, and I'll explain something. No, let me explain this, and I'll ask you a question of the day. You see a computer in front of me. We're going to go a little bit more interactive on WLTV. There's a website that has blown up over the last 6 months on the internet called Twitter. Huge link to my Twitter right over here. Create an account, add me as a friend, follow me. You can see everything I'm doing. You like the access you get now? You'll know if I'm pooping at midnight if I Twitter it, which I probably will. However, we're going to really use Twitter, one, to know what I'm doing. I'm also going to interact when I'm tasting during the store. If I find something good or going out to dinner in the city and I try something good, I'm going to try to really Twitter it up. However, where I think it's going to really come in handy, where I think you guys are going to really love it, besides it's a rad site and you're going to like it and get your friends involved, is that I am going to start now, every day, Twittering that I'm starting to tape the show. And you will see that via email or your Twitterific or whatever you use. And I will encourage people to ask me a question or two. Hopefully a lot of you will ask questions, and I'm going to pick 1 or 2 questions live and answer them on the show. A little more interaction for us. Could be a lot of fun. You get to learn some tidbits, find some deals. I'll talk about cool stuff. Probably mention the Jets once in a while. Twitter's a cool ass site. So hook me up, sign up for Twitter, and make me a friend. Follow me. Now my question of the day. O5 Bordeaux, with O5 Burgundy, with Twitter. Have you ever seen something and felt like you needed to jump on it, execute, but you procrastinated, you waited, and then it blew up? I mean, it blew up. And then you got stubborn and didn't want to join or do or execute because you knew you should have in it, the whole thing. That's what happened to me with Twitter. Eric, the man who was on top of stuff, told me to sign up in February. Yes, and I was absolutely no reason, 2 minutes, and I could have been there. But I stayed away, and then I watched Twitter become the biggest thing on the internet, and I got stubborn for the last 6 to 8 weeks. But now we're going to use it. On the flip side, I've been thinking about buying Yahoo for a long time. 2 days ago, I did. Today it worked out. So for you, the question is, what did you pass on? It blew up, and then you got stubborn and didn't join. Maybe it's a way to get some lurkers to come out. Ooh, I like that. Because you, with a little bit of me, we're changing the wine world.